Hi, it's Sage. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a little bit something different. For those of you who are familiar with this channel, you know I decode Pinterest. I offer tips, tricks, and hacks for beating the Pinterest algorithms. I branched out to doing YouTube growth and other various different social media. I have lots of different series here. If you're new, I'll invite you after you watch this video to check out the other content that I have on here. But for today, I'm testing because this channel's 10 years old. Last 3 years, taking it pretty seriously. However, I am still growing. I have under 3K. Hello, if you're not a member of the J Squad, I'd like to invite you to join. But I want you to be a better creator, and I'm like you, and I'm testing different things, and you need information about how to value yourself and how important you are to businesses. And what's going to help you realize that is when you watch or listen to the blueprint as presented by someone who made scaled 4 companies to $1 million plus. She has multi-$7 million scale companies that she used. Started the company in her kitchen using social media, influencer marketing, and she's a very lean operation. She spent very little on marketing. She barely paid these influencers to help her grow these companies to $1 million. And you need to know your value. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So stay tuned. So your value, you will charge with your worth or be aware of your worth when you watch this. So this is Greta Van Riel. She's most known for Skinny something tea, and then she founded 3 other product-based lifestyle sort of products. And she's sharing what she types and says about startups in this video that she does as part of Foundr magazine, which is an Australian-based magazine. They are a digital magazine, but then they also have a YouTube channel, which is very great. I'm in their email list, so I'll get lots of their emails, and they're very I think they're beneficial for the startup community. And she focuses on Shopify because all her businesses were built on Shopify. So she's helping Shopify shop owners use influencer marketing to 10x their income and revenue and be as successful as her using free social media influencer, which is changing. When she did it, the market was different. So let's listen first to Greta explaining, walking through her email, her first pitch to an influencer that she finds on social media. Let's listen to that.
So I've sent that message. We then go about waiting for a response. A really great way to help improve your response rate here is to go through and like a few of their most recent posts on Instagram, sort of like engaging with their profile and then maybe commenting on one of their most recent posts. That would kind of give her the notification as well. That would send her a DM to go and check her DMs, and she'll probably think that we do want to collaborate with her because we're a brand saying that. So that's step 1. Once Jess does go about responding, basically all that we need to do is say, perfect, we'd love to send you a baby out of your choice in return for a feed post and a couple of stories on behalf of our brand. So that's basically the way that we go about negotiating our deliverables. So basically we've said what we're offering, which is a baby mat, and then what we would like in return, which is a feed post and a couple of stories. The other thing that we want to do at this stage, which is really, really critical, is create the influencer a unique discount code. So
essentially that's what you're getting. You're getting a discount code in exchange. And the influencer that she selected had like about 1,300. She had really great aesthetically pleasing content. And so she's perfect for that brand, especially for that product, which was a baby-based product So yeah, and then she said that you're going to respond because it's a brand. Again, I mentioned that people get excited because brands are reaching out to them and they're like, oh, a brand. Beware of that. And you don't want to reject offers just based on product because they lead to stuff. Listen to this.
If 5 people use Jess's code, we'll basically be able to know that sending her that gifted baby mat generated 5 sales. If that was the case, we'd then re-collaborate with Jess in a paid capacity.
I think here is really important to know why micro-influencers are preferred. Listen here.
We use micro-influencers to gift our product out to, and they are able to provide free exposure and free content for our brand in return for that product. The first R is reach, and as I said, we're focusing on micro-influencers. The reason we're focusing on micro-influencers, they have very powerful, engaged niche communities that are often a lot more focused toward a niche than just a general, broader community, which is often the case with more macro-influencers. So that's why we want to focus on micro-influencers here. So reach, we're looking for micro, which will be around 5 to 50,000 followers in size is what we'll be targeting here, because they're also the most likely to be willing to post your product simply in return for gifting.
So take that for what it's worth. Pay attention to what she says about relationships, the importance of what that.
To make sure that the influencer has as strong a relationship with their followers as possible. So on Instagram, that will probably mean that they do quite a bit of video content as well, or they might have a YouTube presence. So YouTube influencers have a very, very strong relationship with their community. And if that community has now gone across and followed them on Instagram, it means that they're their kind of super fans. So they're the people that we really, really want to target. So a good indicator of a strong relationship will be a lot of comments and probably like a two-way dialogue between the influencer and their audience. So they might reply to comments often, people might ask their advice on things, they might ask them where they got certain things. They're all really good signs that there's trust within that community, because basically with influencer marketing, the main thing that you're leveraging is the trust that that influencer has with their audience. Otherwise, you may as well just be marketing to cold traffic.
It says a lot that brands are aware that it's not just about the reach. A macro influencer, someone who has a large following, get a lot of reach. Sometimes you do reels or shorts and it takes off, it goes viral. There's millions of people possibly looking at your content, but they don't know you. They're not loyal to you. They'll just look at that and keep it popping. The reach, the engagement, the value is not in how many people you reach. It's your engaged audience. Those people who have a parasocial relationship with you, when they kind of like feel like they know you, that they feel like they're friends with you, and they value your opinion and they trust you. So that is the value. That's what you have that people want to tap into. So don't ever think or focus on the number of followers. That's not as important as the engaged following. You better know that. Finally, let's listen to how much she made with 93 influencers.
Last week, we made $250,000 using influencers, 92 influencers, and they generated over $922,000 in attributed sales for one of our brands.
That's a lot of money. So that's mainly paid. Yeah, she did mention, and she does talk about actually if you know, she has some paid campaigns with some influencers. And if you are large enough or you're successful enough, you can have an ongoing sort of brand ambassadorship. So there's opportunities to be lucrative. But for a micro influencer, there's so many of you guys, so many micro influencers who are in that 3 to 1 year stage when they're just giddy about brand reaching out to them, that they're giving away all of their value and they're making all this money for these brands. Yeah. And so that window is narrowing down now. So that's where creator-generated content, UGC, is now a thing. And so reach out to me if you're interested in getting tapped into my UGC creators, or if you're a UGC creator and you want to join my agency, because that's kind of like the wave of the future. But in the end of the day, I think it's really important to note this. It's important for you to know the business model that is behind all of these people that reach out to you in your DMs, and that's what they're coming from. And so if you are a brand and you're reaching out to creators, more and more because of things like Reddit and Facebook communities, people coalescing and joining. It's almost like unions. They're realizing their value and they're seeing people similar to them getting paid money with similar following, and they're just like, no, I want some money. So I appreciate Greta Van Riel for what she does for Shopify shop owners and what she does for the startup community, and Foundr magazine, what they do in terms of helping demystify influencer marketing, which is quite intimidating to a lot of fresh new startups. They provide a good service and value, so check them out. However, if you are a startup and you know that you need to create 30 to 100 pieces of user-generated content, but you're just a new brand, you're not like a Madewell, you're not like a Skinny Tea, whatever brand that's already existing, and it's hard for you, you can do what's called creator generated content. I can help you create that, and it's organic and native looking to the platform. Other than you own the copyright, so you don't have to be concerned about copyright, and that's going to help you scale. That's going to help you satisfy investors when you have the next stage in your growth of your company. So definitely tap in. Let's get this done. Let's help you break through. Let's help you generate that content that you can then fold into your traditional marketing, advertising, because people trust creator generated content even more so than influencers, because they know the influencers are paid. So CGC and UGC is the best type of content anyway. And so yeah, that's where we're going. So let's talk more. And you want to learn more, I have a whole series. So check out this video here, or this video that YouTube thinks that you would benefit from next. Yeah, do that and join the J Squad. I'll see you soon.